Hello, hello, hello. How are we guys doing? There is this one song on YouTube by Cimeris, or Cimeris, because I have a French way of reading things. It's titled Kiss Me Like a Lie, and I'm completely obsessed by it. So, this whole read that we are about to embark upon is basically inspired by that song, and it's gonna be, so if you watch tarot reads on YouTube, there's usually called what are his feelings for you, what is his thoughts, his, hers, if you, or you versus them. If you watch Christina from Sassy Scorpio Tarot, which I adore, she's wonderful. So this is gonna be like a you versus them situation, or his thoughts, your thoughts, his feels, your feels, but centered and inspired by Kiss Me Like a Lie from Cimeris, which means that each position will have a broader theme for each position, and that broader theme will be explored a little further based off the lyrics. As per usual, I will obviously indicate what decks I'm using and show them on camera. So the clarifying deck will be the Van Gogh Tarot, which works wonderfully well. And for this spread, because it's like a love theme thingy, we are introducing Secrets of the Rose Tarot. Secrets of the Rose. I found this one on Temu, but it's a pretty good quality, cardstock quality. The oracle will be Messy Truth, as I think it fits absolutely the theme, and the central, or just like the presentation of the signs for who I'm reading, will be the Barbiery Zodiac signs. So main deck, clarifying deck, and the two oracle cards. And I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit so you can have a nice screenshot opportunity. Here we are. The Van Gogh, I found it on AliExpress, but it's also on Temu site. It potentially has two names, but you can easily find the Van Gogh Tarot. Secret of the Rose on Temu, Messy Truth on Temu, and this, any regular normal shop will have the Zodiac. Barbiery Zodiac Oracle. So let's dive into it. Hello, 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 my little fishies. Hello, pieces. We're gonna have a little bit of a snooping around in. So if you recently had a problematic relationship or situationship, or that sort of thing, we're gonna look around what went wrong. This is inspired by a song titled Kiss Me Like a Lie by Cimeris here on YouTube. I am obsessed by that song. The song itself is not as dark as the spread went when I copy-pasted part of the chorus into Gogh, and Gogh turned it into dramatically darker than what the song really is. But it does offer beautiful insight on what could have potentially gone wrong in this situation if you are called to watch this video. So it's gonna be a 9-card spread. It will be a little long, but don't worry, we're gonna get through this, you and me, like the chaps, the ultimate chads that we are. These first few cards, if anything jumps out, will be off the record, as I call them. It's just meaningful energy currently floating in your vicinity that needs your attention. Oi, oi, oi. For instance, there is a new clarity or a new communication regarding a meaningful partner in your life that is causing you a bit of heartbreak. So have you discovered something that is cause for concern? Do you need to address something? Three of Swords, obvious heartbreak concerning your soulmate, higher level commitment, or just like very meaningful person. And Ace of Swords, clarity, communication, insight. So yeah, if you have discovered something, if you feel the need to talk about it before it gets out of hand and before it gets toxic, I would advise to be as diplomatic as you can, so as to not hurt yourself deeper and not let the situation fester more than it should. Seven of Wands, Ace of Cups. You are a little bit defensive against a new emotionally fulfilling something in your life, or you are defending this. If something has arisen on your horizon that is worth defending, you are defending it at all costs. But don't worry, don't fret, you do have the upper vantage point, so you do have more ground to defend this thing. So something for Pieces. Nine of Wands is almost like the Seven of Wands, but with a little bit more on it. You added a couple more wands to your fence. You are guarding the fort, being a little standoffish, being guarded, but also exhausted, weary. It's tiring, but it is worth the time and effort that you are putting into it. Just don't let it reach the Ten of Wands, which is exhaustion, stress, overburden, burnout energy. Six of Swords, moving into safety, leaving toxic, dangerous situations behind, which makes me tantalizingly dip toe in the potential that you have discovered something hurtful, that the Ace of Swords is not something that you need to address, but is something that you have found out that caused your Three of Swords with your partner, your lover, soulmate like that person in your life. And now you have found something to heal yourself from that with that Ace of Cups that you are very much defending. Could be a new crush, new beginning, new blooming sentiments that you are very like in the beginning process of communicating with this new energy in your life, and you are, I hope to God, you are keeping it on the wraps for the moment, just giving it to yourself, protecting it, not to let the past maybe use it against you. So you are guarding it, you are protecting it. If this is not a lover, this could be your child with the Page of Pentacles. Three of Wands, you are expecting something to come back at you. Although in the card it's a card of intimacy, the real meaning is you have set your ships out there and you're waiting their return. So it's having to be patient, which I know is stupid hard for the most of us, but yeah. Nine of Pentacles, you are single, ready to mingle, just happy, living your best life, minding your own business, taking it easy. You have done the hard work, you can enjoy the leisure. Strong, independent, self-made person that is potentially on their way to that Ten of Pentacles, having your abundance, your security, your stability grounded, defined, secured. And there is justice now on the card. So if you were done wrong, it's going to be corrected. Just let karmic justice and justice itself do their work. You will be compensated and things will be given back in just measure. Let's tackle this. Your side, their side. And I know it might look a little scary when I will lay all the cards, as it is a 9-card spread. Don't worry, every sign thus far has survived. We're gonna be okay. Also, I know it's not readily obvious, but follow me. We go like this, and then we go like this, and it's literally the shape of a lip for Kiss Me Like a Lie. Oh, interesting. Then, oh, mama. Oh, beautiful conclusion here. New beginnings. Pieces. Cheers. Better drink it while it's warm-ish. So, let's tackle this. The seductive lie on your end, as you are the protagonist of the story, as every sign was before you. So, the seductive lie. Kiss me like a lie, the kind that makes you stay. You offer intoxicating, beautiful deception, the kind of falsehood that feels like devotion and keeps someone emotionally hooked, even if it's hollow. And we have the Four of Swords, which is a time and a period of rest, contemplation, healing, thinking, processing things, meditating. And the Four of Pentacles, a double 4, which normally equates to an 8, which is hard work. So, and again, notice how both characters have a distance between themselves here. You are holding on to your space, to your energy. You might be a little bit discontent, dissatisfied, and exhausted, but you're holding on. You might be holding on to communication also. There's like a lot of letters in one of the cards, on the Four of Swords especially. So there might be a lot of thoughts in your head and you're holding on to that. Normally the Four of Pentacles is holding on to money, budget, resources, but in this context is holding on to communication and to thoughts. The question here for you would be, are you holding on to good memories or bad memories? And are you holding on to nasty things that you would like to dish out, which is good, but you need to transmute those things into something, or at least let out in some capacity so that it doesn't fester in your mind and in your soul, and eventually becomes sort of like the portrait of Dorian Gray, where externally you remain as you are, but internally it's a degradation and it's completely abysmally disgusting and ugly and nasty. So hold on, but find a way to release in a gentle way where people are not directly affected. Write down all those things that are bothering you and burn them or stack them away in a safe space. Let's see if we have something more for this section. Also, if you are tired, definitely take a moment to rest, recuperate, and just take as much nap as you can. Your body, your soul, and everything will need a little bit of just time out. Two of Cups, so this is definitely in regards to someone who you loved very dearly, very deeply, who loved you equally as much back. Are you holding on to this person, this energy, in hopes of saving and salvaging the relationship? That would be a good thing. But depending on their side, if you're holding on to something that has ended or needs to end, you are creating useless toxicity and chains and bounds. So that's not so good. On their end, mercy denied. I was never meant for mercy. Deep internal belief that they are unworthy of gentleness, accept punishment as their natural state. And we have the Five of Pentacles, which is normally rejection, being left out in the cold, being penniless, no communication. Seven of Wands, being a little defensive with that. So if they have been rejected by you and cast out, or they feel that way in the relationship, because you're holding on to something and you want to protect it, although you might be a little silent and non-communicative about it, they feel that you could be a little defensive, or they are uselessly or a little like maybe blowing things out of proportion and safeguarding themselves. It's like they want to be right at all cost and defend their interpretation of your own retreat as them being blocked out, put on the cold, abandoned in communication, and they are defending that against you. Just a fair warning of how this is how they interpret and how they feel about the situation. And we have the Five of Swords, which confirms what I just said. It's winning at all cost, wanting to be right at all cost. So using shady tactics, or not being completely fully honest, playing dirty a little bit under the table to be victorious at all cost. It's literally a bit of an ego, selfishness, and wanting to prioritize their perspective on the facts as they perceive it and not necessarily as the facts are, or as how you feel it. Just a little space for myself, a little bit of holding on to my sacred space, but they feel as a direct attack on them, as them being thrown out in the cold, abandoned, excluded from your energy and your warmth, and then will use potentially nasty words and shady tactics to make it blow out of proportion and make it seem far worse than what it actually is. Back on your side, false depth, crocodile tears. Hold me like you mean it, then turn and run away. Master of intense momentary intimacy followed by sudden abandonment. Performative passion without follow through. Ten of Swords. It's a brutal ending, it's a backstabbing, it's a betrayal, but it's also the end of a cycle. And we have the, what is this, Five of Swords? Because it's like F, Y, V, and H. Okay, someone doesn't know English. I mean, and again, I get this from Timu, so I will, oh no, it is a 5. It's not, because of the E is like on the line of the window, which is doesn't make it. Anyway, Five of Swords, Ten of Swords. Five of Swords repeating of this. So you have also played a little bit unfairly against them, and now they are just literally returning the favor to you, or vice versa. They started and then you return it to them. And there's also a sense of escalation from a 5. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I need to stop doing that. So there is also an escalation. From a 5, we are going to double the 10 of swords, which is a very nasty backstabbing, betrayal, end of a major cycle energy. And this was master of intense momentary intimacy followed by sudden abandonment. I mean, 10 of swords is definitely abandonment. But the 5 of swords is also playing unfair to win at all cost. And so if that didn't work, you cranked up the thing to the max and just ended things even more brutally, or you are ending your shady shenanigans and trying to come clean. But I mean, again, see it as apply it as it fits your story. I'm just relying on what the two potential avenues could be in this situation. Because they were playing unfair and now you are playing unfair to win at all cost. And now if I go back on the story on your side, the silent treatment, the silent retreat, the needing to maybe heal your energy, gather your thoughts, and just holding on to something that is very deeply meaningful to you. Where was I going with that? Is this following an argument? Or did you argue with them because you retreated too much into your own space, into your own energy, and made them feel like they were left out on the cold, abandoned, and gotten the cold shoulder, silent treatment energy? In which case, they are very much so justifying their 5 of swords energy, but in retaliation you use the same tactics and it's either backfiring or cranked to the maximum level with the 10 of swords. And so it's like, I just need 5 minutes, but they feel like the 5 minutes is literally a fucking divorce, and now you have to play the same game as they are. And it either feels like a backstab because they're not understanding that you need like 5 minutes of silence and break and just time for yourself, or you are literally ending something because there is a non-understanding of your need for personal space. Oof. 3 of swords. We are going back to the first card. Well, one of the first cards that popped out. Heartbreak. Heartbreak, misery, at the very, very low end of the scale. This is like a minor inconvenience. But with the 5 of swords and a 10 of swords, I would say it's a pretty stingy heartbreak. And it's still impactful enough that it's popping out twice with 2 decks in your read. So yeah, this is definitely almost like a separation-ish kind of energy from someone very meaningful and important in your life. Potentially because of miscommunication and because someone blew things way out of proportion, and then it either beat you in the ass or you decided to end because it was just stupid for no reason. On their end, carrying your scars and still left me all your scars. They become the container vessel for your emotional damage. You mark them permanently and walk away clean. Although with the judgment, it's revival, it's healing, it's lesson learned, it's almost a little bit like graduating, but more like just having the lesson, this particular lesson learned. We can have a second chance at the situation instead of moving away. the Last Judgment and the Six of Wands, there is happiness, celebration, good news on the horizon for the partner. So it's not as much as carrying your scars. And even if your partner is the container and the vessel for your emotional damage, they are definitely healing that and acting to transform it to be something joyous and feel good. I mean, look at on your side, on this line, Ten of Swords, betrayal. On their side, Six of Wands, recognition, admiration, good news, celebration, party. It's just, she's glowing with happiness. Let's see what we have. Four of Swords, Six of Pentacles. So your person has held on for something, and now it's retribution and giving back with the Six of Pentacles, which could mirror a little bit the Last Judgment in giving a second chance, in giving back to the situation, and perhaps this time having the happily ever after, more recognition being seen energy. So yeah, healing has been processed, at least on their side, even if they blew things way out of proportion in the first decade or the first part of the story. Now they have also processed the trauma and the pain with the Four of Swords, maybe understood why you need your own Four of Swords private personal space and time to consider and heal and reflect on situations. And since they have understood that, finally they can give this a second chance, and instead of playing stupid games with the Five of Swords and playing unfair and lying and deceiving and just wanting to win at all cost, because victim mentality, now they are like, okay, I get you why, yadla yadla yadla, so I'm gonna give back. Six of Pentacles, and we are both going to be happy and celebrating whatever this thing is. Six of Wands. So back on your side, danger as philosophy. You told me love was danger. You intellectually, spiritually justify toxicity, view love as inherently destructive, and use that belief to excuse your behavior. Two of Pentacles. Juggling, 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 balancing something, too much on your plate. No wonder you need your own time and space to recuperate and just hold on to the sacredness of my space. And that's very freaking interesting. Three of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. So collaboration and juggling. So you might be in a position where you need to juggle professional collaborations, teamworks, or at least something somewhere that is in some capacity work related and not just celebration and fancy and the group chat or brunch with the homies at the local pub. This is definitely in some capacity work that requires multiple energies involved, at least more than you, and definitely exterior to you. And you are juggling that with your partner and your personal life, and it's a lot. And you need a bit of space and a bit of silence, a bit of reflection. And they see that as being cast out because the collaboration, the work, the whatever this is, seems to be more important, or at least take a hefty chunk of your energy and your time, and so they feel a little attacked. And that is what is causing this whole discrepancy, this whole miscommunication, this whole mess on the table. And I'll be right back. So this is gonna be a long read, and I just stopped at 26 minutes. Because I don't want to get inspired channeling something and then lose a hefty chunk of my words because the timer went off. you might be using this whole need to juggle work, or like, because your work might be energetically taxing, you might use that as a pretext to elongate and take more time on your own, which reflects back on them as being ignored and left out in the cold. And we have the Star, healing and wish fulfillment. So if you're juggling that and work, it's because you see the potential that this collaboration can bring a wish fulfillment into your life, and you're not communicating that with them. Again, the discrepancy. Unless you want to surprise them with something big and meaningful, I understand why you are keeping things on the wraps, secret to yourself. But if you can let your partner in a little bit more so that they're not feeling abandoned and distanced from you, I would advise you let them in some capacity a little bit on this, so that you're not giving them free ammo against you, basically. Back on their side, addicted to the divine spark. We never had a future, just a spark we call divine. They cling to the brief transcendent moments, romanticizing the intensity even though they intellectually know it was doomed. Ace of Swords, clarity, communication, insight. And Ten of Pentacles, stability, the forever after, the legacy, the building. So now they know that they either want this or that it's in reach, that it's for the long run. They love you, they want to build that family with you, they want the whole legacy with you. At least they are in the clear. If there has been a misunderstanding and miscommunication in the past, now it's resolved. And they want to go back to that place where it was just you and them and happily ever after scenario. And maybe they see this collaboration that you are so involved in as a threat to the Ten of Pentacles, not seeing that this can bring a wish fulfillment that can duplicate and double and grow even more that Ten of Pentacles. So you definitely need to step out of this reclusive energy, talk to them, let them in on this thing here without being petty and argumentative and just using shady tactics to keep the secret more than what you should, to reassure them that what you are working on with this collaboration is actually securing that Ten of Pentacles for them and for you. And so it's not you cheating on them, it's not you pushing them away, it's you wanting to make this surprise even more grandiose than what it currently is. And we have the Nine of Wands. Exhaustion, weariness, stubbornness, guarding the front, guarding the fort. And they really want to protect this beautiful union. And diagonally, I'm going back to the Two of Cups. They know that they love you. They know that you are the one soulmate, or at least that energy that they want to grow old with. And they are defending it, even if it's weary, exhausting, tiresome, even if they feel like they are alone on the front defending it, because you are out there with the bodies working on something behind their back and not letting them in. And they don't seem to understand that you are doing this because you cannot be distracted. You need to focus on this to have the wish fulfillment be extraordinaire and not just mid. But they feel excluded. So is this person like a water sign to be this emotional? And what happened to the trust? Because there is a sense of them not trusting you, not blindly, but not trusting you enough to not be concerned or concerned about this collaboration and you needing time because you're spending so much time in this, in manifesting this thing, in making it real. Okay, so creator of the villain back on your side. If I was the villain, you made me that way. You dressed me in chaos. You project, provoke, and literally shape them into the chaotic, dark version of themselves, then step back and let them carry the blame. Which, again, we had that Five of Swords, and they have the Five of Swords. You are both fighting against each other. And not clean fight on top of it. Queen of Wands, very bold, very assertive, very confident, very capable of doing whatever. Five of Cups, mourning, grieving, losses. Have you lost your fire? Have you lost your confidence? Have you lost the determination or the fire of just that beautiful inner confidence that you can achieve whatever you want? The magnetism. Do you feel like you are no longer seen and desired as you once were in the beginning, when you were the hot shit for your person? Let's see what you are mourning and grieving. What is the... Oh. Three of Pentacles again. Going back to that collaborative work that was here, you are mourning the loss of a collaboration, of confidence. So were you like a leader in the team, in the group, in the whatever this was? Maybe you lost a little bit of standing, a little bit of confidence, and you project this loss onto them. And you are retreating into yourself, and they are taking it personally as a jab at them and feeling left out because you are potentially blaming them for the loss of your own fire, of your own confidence, of your own magnetism, especially within the confines of a group project, because they were demanding too much time. You felt obligated to give it, meaning you had less time for this, and so it's like a back and forth bickering, again because of miscommunication and misinterpretation of the impact and the depth of the meaning of whatever this project, this Three of Pentacles twice on your side, is meaning for you in the greater scope of your current time frame. Back on their side, chaotic baptism. You dressed me in chaos and kissed it away. He, she, they, them is both consumed in destruction by you and momentarily absolved, forgiven through your kisses, a cycle of degradation and fleeting redemption. Temperance is very much healing, balance, patience, status quo, homeostasis. And oh, isn't this freaking beautiful? Two of Cups going back to your Two of Cups. They want to heal the relationship. They want to heal the connection with you. They want to give it time and nurturing and patience and moderation and whatever it will take to bring back the Two of Cups as it was in the beginning, as it was mutual. So even though you need to juggle this team project, you need to be a little bit more 50-50, or even somehow explain to your partner that this is so quintessentially meaningful and important for the Ten of Cups and the wish fulfillment, that even if you don't give your all to them all the time, it's because right now this is center stage, center focus. But once it's over, you can bask in your Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, and everything, and just see it as a minor inconvenience from the past that led to that beautiful, fulfilling energy. Your person is ready to fight, to heal, to protect, but you need to be more communicative with each other without the freaking Five of Swords. No lying, no cheating, no backstabbing, no shady under the table or under the belt jabs at each other. DJ. Okie dokie, pinky promise. Let's see what we have for this. Boom. Okay. Change. That is all about change, transformation, natural cycles. So you need to put the little grievances and the little hurt and the little isolation or the little secrets or the little whatever is causing discord and discrepancy in your beautiful connection. Put that on the table, dissect it, analyze it as much as you can. Update your partner even if it's boring, tedious Excel charts. I don't give a shit. They need to be involved in this so that they are feeling still in connection with you. So that needs to be changed. And with that, even if it's boring and tedious, they understand that you are working for your collective, the two of you. Ten of Pentacles, happily ever after, big fat house, the yard, the dog, the fences, everything. But you need to let them in. And now the centerpiece, the beautiful vintage lie. But you knew how to lie like wine. Forget all the endings, let the fire misbehave. The intoxicating, aged, almost exquisite quality of the deception itself. Both drink from it, both let the destructive fire rage, because the lie is too delicious to end. This is the magnetic center, the shared mutual complicity in beautiful ruin. And we have the Fool. You both are ready for a new beginning, to be joyful, carefree, and start the new stage of your life together. After the transformation, after the healing, we have the second chance, the revival, the resurrection with the Judgment, which okay, so literally there is healing, Temperance, there is then healing, change, revival, new beginning. And the Wheel of Fortune, oh my god, that's like fucking beautiful, bro. Good fortune, good luck, karmic cycles, but karmic cycles spinning in the right way. Because you have been patient and tolerant and open and communicative with each other, accepted the fault on both ends, if you do, and please do, acknowledge the wrong, apologize, heal together, communicate, open the gates of communication, communicate, have an evening where just you do pizza and drinks and chat, hug, cuddle, whatever, but you need to let your partner in on this in some capacity, give them a bit more time so that they feel still meaningful, valuable, important in your energy. And when you need time, personal time and space to recuperate, explain that it's in your nature, that you need just to like resource yourself like everybody does. And with that, things will be in the clear and you can start a whole new journey, a whole new adventure, and fortune favors the bold. So take. And my battery died, but here we are back again. So, last card. Temperance. Healing, healing, healing. You had Temperance here on their side as the last card. There needs to be a semblance of change and ending and transformation to allow the Two of Cups to get back to where it was originally, through healing, through communication. And after this, you can start anew and be blessed by good fortune. But like I said, you need to open up each other, towards each other, communicate, let them in your whatever this project is, and explain to them why you need your time to yourself to rest and recuperate, to recharge your batteries. And that because you need to recharge your batteries on your own doesn't mean that you are divorcing them, or like, they don't need to feel threatened or feel ghosted or feel abandoned, left out in the cold, because you need a little bit of alone time just with your own thoughts and your own self. Okay, so last bit, and we are wrapping this up because I am dead ass freezing. So, what's the good word for my pieces, please? Hello. Thank you. Ooh la la. Holy. Hoi vey. Pieces. It's getting steamy in the room. I mean, I was complaining that it's cold, and my God, you deliver. You're my drug. Craving, highs and crashes, emotional addiction. And it's like, ooh la la, steamy. So yeah, you love each other. Two of Cups. You just simply need to communicate a little better with each other. Let yourself more in each other's spaces. Be more open, more clear. And your partner needs to understand that when you need to recharge, it's not a jab against them. Make them watch the video and make them understand your position. With all that being said, I'm freezing to death. So, pieces, I'm gonna wrap it here and let you go, and I will catch you in Celtic Cross and Chill. Until then, ciao ciao. Love you. Peace out.